Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on March 16, 2026, just yesterday. It introduces a novel mechanism that replaces the standard fixed residual connections in large language models with learned input-dependent attention weights, fixing a major issue where earlier information gets buried as the model gets deeper. The paper is titled Attention Residuals. And as we'll see later, this upgrade brings some really exciting improvements to complex reasoning and coding tasks, with major implications for how we build and scale future large language models. So, Figure 1 directly compares this new approach to the traditional design. On the left, standard residual connections simply add up all previous layer outputs with equal weight. This causes a problem called pre-norm dilution, where earlier information is gradually buried as the network gets deeper. In the middle, the authors introduce full attention residuals, which use a learned attention mechanism to selectively weigh and combine past representations. Finally, on the right, block attention residuals group layers into blocks, significantly reducing memory costs for large-scale training. Alright, diving into the implementation, Figure 2 provides PyTorch-style pseudocode for block attention residuals. The top function computes softmax attention over block representations, using a learned pseudo-query to generate attention weights. Following this, the bottom function outlines a single layer pass that maintains the intra-block partial sum and the interblock history. It applies the block attention residual before both the self-attention and multi-layer perceptron layers, which allows the model to selectively aggregate information at block boundaries without excessive memory overhead. Okay, since Figure 2 outlined the implementation, Table 1 breaks down the memory access costs per token, per layer, for these different residual mechanisms. Standard residuals set the baseline with a typical input-output cost of 3D. Other methods, and the full attention residuals, demand significantly higher memory reads, hitting 34D and 24D respectively. However, the block attention residuals use a two-phase computation strategy to amortize these reads across layers within a block. This drastically reduces the total cost to just 5.5D, which translates to less than a 2% overhead in end-to-end inference latency. Well, after Table 1 established the efficiency of block attention residuals, Figure 4 shows how they scale compared to the baseline. We see the validation loss plotted against compute, measured in petaflops per second days. Both full and block attention residuals consistently outperform the standard baseline across all model scales, achieving lower loss for the same amount of compute. The block attention residual curve closely tracks the full version, and as the arrow indicates, it matches the baseline's performance while using 1.25 times less compute. So, Figure 4 demonstrated the scaling improvements, and Figure 5 now details the actual training dynamics over 1 trillion tokens. The left panel tracks validation loss, showing that block attention residuals consistently outperform the baseline. The middle panel plots the output magnitude across transformer blocks. Here, the baseline model's output grows drastically with depth due to pre-norm dilution, but the new method periodically resets this accumulation to create a stable, bounded pattern. Finally, the right panel illustrates gradient magnitudes. Because the architecture uses learnable softmax weights, it regulates information flow, which prevents early layers from receiving massive updates and ensures a more uniform gradient distribution. Okay. Since Figure 5 covered the training dynamics, Table 3 evaluates the final downstream performance. The benchmarks are divided into general understanding, math and code, and Chinese tasks. Block attention residuals match or beat the baseline everywhere. The gains are particularly strong on complex reasoning tests, like GPQA Diamond, which jumps by 7.5 points, and coding benchmarks like Human Eval. This proves that better information flow directly helps compositional tasks, because later layers can selectively retrieve earlier representations. Alright, after Table 3 highlighted the downstream gains, Figure 8 visualizes exactly how the model achieves this by showing the learned attention weights across depths. The top two heat maps display the full attention residuals before the attention and multi-layer perceptron layers. A strong diagonal pattern indicates that layers primarily pull information from their immediate predecessors, preserving locality. However, persistent vertical bands at source 0, which is the initial embedding, along with occasional off-diagonal dark spots, reveal that the model actively learns long-range skip connections to retrieve early features. Finally, the bottom heat maps show the block attention residuals. They successfully recover this essential structure with much sharper and more decisive weight distributions, proving the block approximation works efficiently without losing these critical pathways. Well, wrapping up, two takeaways stand out. Attention residuals effectively solve the issue of buried information in deep networks, and the scalable block design improves complex reasoning without massive memory costs. This could fundamentally change how we scale future large language models. That is it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I am Alex. Thanks for listening.